Do you know if anybody brought a stretcher?
Brought a what?
A stretcher.
Oh yeah, there's a few of them down by the lagoon jump.
So crash down there.
Crash down
Don't
there,
crash out here. So okay, all right, got it.
Crash down the water.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Joe Rockstar channel. Have you ever experienced the feeling of letting go of the wall for the first time in the deep end of a pool when you don't know how to swim? Or that first time behind the wheel of a stick shift stopped on an uphill road with cars waiting behind you? Or maybe just the first time behind the wheel at all for that matter? I still remember the first time I landed a plane alone in the cockpit for my first solo flight. Nothing I've done since has compared to that feeling of excitement mixed with dread that those experiences gave me, but this race came pretty close. This Motocross Grand Prix race is full of intimidating big jumps, the least of which spans a lagoon area near the shore of the lake. It is famous, and it has a knack for creating either dramatic race crashes or heroic moments that can change the fortunes of the race. Even for the experienced racers, this jump cannot be taken for granted, and choosing to jump or play it safe and take the detour can involve some serious analysis.
What we have here is a standard case of risk and reward. The risk is that your bike is going to fall into this hole and you're going to have a bad day. It's going to end your race. However, the reward is you're going to gain at least 10 to 15 seconds on your competitors by taking the detour. I'd say standard deviation 7, very, very, very high betas, very low alphas, taking the detour.
Now this race was a 3-day event, and with my race being close to the end of day 3, I would have plenty of time to watch others make the leap before I had to make the decision. An opportunity to see it up close and from the perspective of being on the bike came during a practice lap the day prior. I decided not to hit it. In fact, I pretty much thought maybe I could just get away with rolling all of the jumps. But with all these large jumps on the course, and the other guys in my class being as fast as they are, well, it was very clear to me that if I wanted any chance to win here, well, I'd need to let go of my fears. Let go of that wall in the deep end of the pool. At some point, like it or not, I was going to have to hit one of these jumps. And a lot of these guys racing on Saturday made it look so easy. Interestingly, this race brought out some big names in motocross like Josh Grant, Jeremy McGrath. Even Santa and Rudolph came out and put on a show. But even bigger than Santa, the cream of the Arizona Motorcycle Racing Association, the men of the 40-year-olds novice class featuring yours truly, Joe Rockstar, showed up and turned it up to 11. And so here it is, the moment of truth, the lagoon jump. I gotta tell you honestly, there was a moment of hesitation here where I was actually gonna go for it. But since the guys in front of me didn't, I didn't really feel like I needed to. I was able to keep up without having to take that big risk. And sometimes there's just not enough hype Van Halen music. So I finished lap 1 in 3rd place, which wasn't too bad, but there was still a lot of racing to go, and my arms were already starting to get tired. At the end of lap 2, I was still in 3rd place, but I was falling further behind the leaders. I had completely lost sight of 2nd place and my arms were completely numb. Arm pump was getting the best of me.
I can't feel my hands.
Over the course of lap 4, I would desperately fight to keep 4th place, while battling once again with Bob Russell from the B class. I was shocked that there was still no white flag come lap 5. I never expected us to get more than 4 laps in, but here we were. At this point, morale is getting low. I know that at least 2 racers in my class have passed me and are running away, while I just can't seem to muster the energy to make a pass on Bob. He left the door open a few times, but I just didn't take advantage. After over half a lap, I finally got by. But this wouldn't be the end of my battle with Bob Russell, and no sooner did I get past him than Rob Tremp, who at the time was sitting at the top of the season point standings, goes by me like I'm standing still. I really needed to step it up. I really needed to keep him in my sights. Got it.
Holy s***. I don't have enough energy for another lap.
It seems crazy to me that things could be so different from race to race. I mean, here we are at under 45 minutes of racing, and I'm dying. Yet after an hour and a half into the last race, I was getting my second win and hoping for another lap. I could barely hold on at this point, hands numb, and barely able to work the controls, let alone grip the bars, when the battle with Bob Russell reignites. I had one card left to play. I remember that both riders struggled on the beach, and I decided that that was where I would make my move. See, what happened was I saw Bob start to lose control and I panicked. The combination of tapping the front brake and dumping the throttle at the same time sent me right over the bars. Now I know it looks like he wasn't even close, but trust me, the camera adds some distance with the fisheye lens. I had been through this section 5 times without a problem, and it only takes once to ruin an entire race. I may have gotten the bike up quickly and got going, but my bell was rung. My helmet was crooked, my goggles were covered with mud, and so were my gloves. I was going to need to stop and get my bearings straight. And I was going to need to do it fast because the competition was bearing down on me. And wouldn't you know it, as fate would have it, the first of that competition to come along would be Chris Bouchard. Once again, my nemesis and friend and I would come together to battle, but this time I'm screwed. There's not enough racetrack left. To add insult to injury, I would give up one more position to Bill Hendricks with just a few hundred yards left to go. I would end up finishing 8th for the race. Man, weren't those guys lucky? Lucky I crashed. Lucky I burned myself out. Okay, seriously, these guys are good. This class has some serious competition in it, and it's not like any one of us is blowing the doors off the rest. If you do a deep comparison, with some small exceptions, we're pretty evenly matched. When you look at the results, almost every rider in this class finished within seconds of each other. So you're probably asking yourself, who are these men? And why are they racing dirt bikes when they clearly look more like they should be in a bowling league together? Well, we're out of time in this video, but we'll take some time to get to know the guys in future videos. For now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.